what do you think was the biggest thing that was missing tonight?
We overcomplicated the game in the first period, and then chased the game a little bit. I think after like 10 minutes, we realized just playing easy, playing simple is a lot more effective than playing East-West hockey. Got some good shots on net, tough angle shots, and make the goalie work. And obviously felt a lot better. And then, rough break in the third. And but I think it's just a bump in the road. We'll fix that and get ready for a good road trip.
Moritz, how deflating was it to twice you cut the deficit to 1 in the third period and then just give up another goal right away?
Obviously, that's kind of killing. That's kind of killing the momentum, and we just gotta learn from that. Obviously, you work really hard to get that goal back, and then you just kind of give it to them in the next couple shifts. And obviously, that's something we have to learn. And hopefully, looking back in a couple months, it won't happen again.
Vladimir, 2 goals from you tonight, a couple assists the other night. Something different for you since Todd came in?
Yeah, maybe feel a little more confident. I mean, it's hard to talk about points, when we lose a game. It was a nice stretch for us. But like Mo said, now we need to recover. It's always nice to have points and goals, but if teams don't win, it's a different feeling. So we have a time to recharge and get ready for a hard road trip.
Moritz, I think Todd had said something at the end of the previous game about feeling like it got a little loose toward the end. Did you feel like this was kind of creeping into the game a little bit as this winning streak had gone on?
Maybe, yeah. That could be one of the reasons, but overall, I think we shouldn't be that concerned. I know we're a good team. We'll shake it off. We'll go to work tomorrow and practice, and make sure we'll tighten things up and get ready for a good road trip.
How much of a challenge does this road trip present? I mean, playing some good divisional opponents in some places where you've had a tough time at times winning.
Obviously, it's always a new challenge for us. I think we can beat any team in the league, and why not start in Florida with a good start for the road trip, set ourselves up, feel good about ourselves, and then go to work in the other cities as well.
Did you have that confidence of being able to beat any team in the league before Todd got here?
For sure. I think that's why we play hockey. That's why we're here. We're here for a reason, and we shouldn't be afraid of good challenges and steps in the right direction. So I think that's definitely something that never changed in our minds.
Vladimir, both your goals were kind of opportunistic plays, like bang goals. Is that just a goal scorer's instinct of knowing spots to go on the ice where the puck's probably going to be?
I think this is more than just the instincts you try to get in these areas, but also, there's another guys who set it up, the guys who put a puck to the net and do it for purpose, and the guys who get in the zone before. It's a result of teamwork, and I think that's what we work on a lot in practices to, keep the teams in the zone and deliver a puck to the net, and good things happen.
I'm sure that you guys wanted the winning to continue, and it was going to end at some point, you would imagine, but what did you learn from it, or what did it do for you, that pretty impressive winning streak?
I think we gained a little bit of confidence, hopefully a little bit of respect as well, but those are just small steps. I mean, we have a lot of the season left, play really good teams now, and I think we just should be excited coming to work tomorrow, have a really good practice, and start feeling good about ourselves again.
Todd, you sort of alluded to some things in the game that you wanted to address in practice that you didn't have yesterday. How did that display itself tonight?
Well, I thought the third period against Seattle the other day showed up in the game today. We were sloppy in that third. We gave up quite a bit. We started the game that way. We didn't break pucks out very well. When we did enter the offensive zone, we wanted to play east-west, cross-court. Not a lot went to the net. Then you give up the power play, or the shorthanded goal, pardon me, and that really sets you back. So disappointing night for our group. New experience for us in our few weeks here. We'll have a good skate tomorrow, and then I'm anxious to see how we, do we carry this with us or do we respond? And if we respond and we do the proper things, I don't know if we'll win or lose, but we'll give ourselves a chance. And if we don't, then we got a lot of work to do. And I'm excited about seeing that.
In your experience, does this grab the group's attention?
Well, it's an interesting group because they watched each other play for the first 10 minutes. They're on the bench and they're watching things happen, and they can hear coaches barking and they're saying the same thing. And then the next group goes out and does the exact, behaves the exact same way. So to me, that tells me they weren't sharp, they weren't alert, they weren't prepared to adjust. So that's how I felt tonight. We lost the special teams battle. We gave up 2 goals in the first minute and a half of a period. We were ready to have a push in the third period. We won the draw, and arguably 2 of our best players can't connect on a pass, and it's in our net. So just not sharp enough. And, the practice that we didn't have, we tried to fix a few things this morning, but obviously we've got work to do.
Todd, a couple of the goals, backdoor plays, is that one of the areas that you're talking about that you need tightening up in?
Yeah, we talked a lot about playing faster east-west in our end. So that means going from one side of the rink to the other, and we didn't do it. The last goal, we got beat off the wall. They changed sides behind the net, slung it to the crease area, and we're late. So the pace of defending, the pace of offense wasn't there. The Teal team had better pace to their game in those areas, and it cost us.
Todd, what did you think of Husso and what did you think of Hus?
Well, first time seeing him, I would say that he probably has to find a way to make one of those saves. I don't know which one. And you asked me the question, I got answered, I got to tell you that. But if you think, or anybody in here thinks that game was on the goaltending, it sure wasn't. But you asked me the question, I got to answer it honestly.
We've talked a lot about a map going on the road now, your first real long trip. How much are you going to be able to tell from this? And you're going up against some good divisional opponents and some places where the Wings have struggled.
Yeah, and again, I don't know that history, so I'd like to not know it. We'll work tomorrow. We'll work on some things that we think we'll need early in the trip, some things that we need to clean up. Pardon me. Clean up from tonight, and then we'll play. And we're going to keep finding more and more out about the group. I thought for the first time we sagged just a little bit in tonight's game. It was almost like we were entitled to win, and when it wasn't going for us, it just a little bit of a sag. Human nature, but something we got to fight through.
Todd, I don't think we saw Justin Hall again after the turnover on the 5th goal. Was that
I'm sorry, I can't.
Sorry.
That's okay. My ears are bad, so you guys got to yell.
Yeah. I don't think we saw Justin Hall again after the 5th goal. Was that just sending a little bit of a message after the turnover?
Well, sending a message, he sent himself a message. And I think that's pretty obvious. You can march him in here, and I'm not going to sit up here and BS for him. He had a terrible night. And that's just the way it is. So whether he got on in the last 5 minutes or not, it really doesn't matter. He knows he can play better. And, I'm telling you before I'm going to tell him, but I am going to tell him that tomorrow. And that's up to him to fix. I know he's a better player than that.
Such an impressive win streak, the 7 games. We don't get to talk to Steve very often, but what was his reaction or feedback you got from him during?
From Steve Yzerman?
Yeah.
Well, he you know what? He hired us. He put us in place. He wanted us to formulate some of our own opinions about players. I think he values that. He didn't come in guns a-blazing and say, hey, this player plays this way or that way or anything like that. He and I have had a pretty good relationship for a long time, so we've had some real honest and frank discussions about the team and the direction, and I appreciate that. It certainly helped Trent and I come in blind, where we could have those conversations about what it feels like to be around the team and what it might be missing, not ingredient-wise, but just from a spirit standpoint. So he's been very helpful, and it's been a good thing. Then he backed off and said, "You guys figure it out and see what you see what you come up with. Formulate your own opinions." So to this point, it's been a good transition.
It was a 2-goal performance from Vladimir Tarasenko's first goals in 18 games. You had talked about wanting to maybe kind of get him going. Do you think a game like tonight can?
Well, yes, I think it can. And after Mott went, we tried to double shift him even and get him out on the ice. And the one thing that there's a lot of negativity around the game. The positive is that Vladdy got on the score sheet, and when you look at the type of shots he took, how quick he got that shot off both times. He had another chance, just missed the net, but that pace of release was instant. And I think there's more of that. That's how I remember Vladdy scoring. It's not a long load and a slow release. He gets it off quick, and I'm excited about the fact that he found the score sheet with that type of shot.
Speaking of Mott, what is his status, and might you have to call someone?
Yeah, we may have to. I wish I could give you the answer, Bob, but I'm not sure. He didn't return, and he's obviously getting looked at. He hit the boards pretty hard, and obviously face first, I think. So he was in rough shape. Okay, good night.